You either consciously create your own reality and take responsibility for everything that's coming up and everything that you're creating and your state of being, how you feel, what you believe, what you project, or it all happens on automatic through the programs that are running in your mind. Now, the state that all of us lived in before we woke up spiritually, right? If you're watching this video, I assume that you have had a spiritual awakening where you have realized that before you were kind of living in a victim state, victim mindset, thinking that things were just happening, life was just happening, and you had no control over it. To the state of mind where you are now starting to believe that you create your own reality. You may not know exactly how yet, that doesn't matter, but you have woken up to the fact that you can influence the course of your life. You can steer your ship in the direction that you would like it to, that you would like it to go. So before you had that spiritual awakening, right, you were living life purely based on the programs that were running. And these programs that are running were unconscious to you, or you were unconscious to them. They were running in the background. And these are just programs that you were raised with, conditioned with. So it all depends on where you were raised, who you were raised by, how you were treated as throughout your life. Doesn't even have to be as a child. What beliefs you came across, what beliefs you subscribed to, what experiences you came across, and what they made you believe about yourself. Over time, all of these things create certain programs and, emotions, belief systems. All of these are just programs. And this creates a specific conditioned way of living where you may have a certain program running that tells you that, and this is all unconscious, right? So these are all just unconscious assumptions that you've made on an unconscious level. There's a program running that when someone looks at you weird, that means that that person is judging you. And because you have to stand up for yourself, because you had an experience back in the day where, someone told you that you always have to stand up for yourself. Now, because of that, every single time someone gives you a weird look, you have to, go at them. You have to either say something or fight them. Obviously an extreme example, but you see those type of programs, there are just thousands, maybe even millions of programs like that running throughout your entire mind unconsciously when you are living in that unconscious victim state before your spiritual awakening. Now, what happens when you wake up spiritually and you realize, oh wow, I can create my own reality. Now, what happens when you wake up spiritually, right, and you wake up to the fact that you can start creating your own reality, what happens is you stop living so much off of your programs and you begin to consciously take control of your life. So rather than your reactions and your responses, your emotions, your belief systems just running on automatic and you never questioning them and you just going with it, now you start to wake up to the fact that you can actually change them, think something different, feel something different, believe something different, and manipulate it in whichever way you like, and then see the response of reality, which will correspond to that change that you made in the inner world, inner reality. So what you are doing essentially, as you grow in awareness, you are letting your programs run you less, and you are gaining more full control. Before you were on autopilot, and these programs are actually serving their purpose, is because you were not taking responsibility for your creating your reality creation process, something you're here to do, because you were not taking responsibility for it, these programs were doing it for you. It's not the program's fault. It's not the fault of your experience, which conditioned your program to be a certain way, but rather it is your fault for not taking responsibility of your life. And that's okay. But now, since you are taking responsibility, these programs have less control over you, and you start to wake up to greater control. Now, instead of your ship just being on autopilot, you actually have to take control and make some adjustments and always stay awake, alert. so that you can always steer your ship in the right direction. Okay? A lot of this creating your own reality journey, this manifestation journey, is about becoming aware of the programs that you have running. Why am I always talking about becoming more aware? Why am I talking about awareness is king? Why am I always saying that your ability to create your own reality is always directly proportionate to your level of awareness? Why? Because as you grow aware, as you grow consciously aware, what you're doing is you're essentially waking up more and more and taking responsibility more and more. And you're becoming aware of the programs that you had running. And if you don't like them, then you have the power to change them. Because changing them and creating new programs is going to really benefit you in every single aspect of your life. That even when you create new programs and then you're still living life, relatively much more awake than you were before, you're doing great, right? You're steering your ship, whatever. But then even when you do go on autopilot throughout your day sometimes, then you have positive programs running for you and creating your life in a positive way. So how can you become more aware of the programs that you have running currently? You have to question your beliefs. You have to question your fears. You have to question why you believe what you believe. You have to question why you are experiencing what you are experiencing. And start to just explore all those sensitive subjects that you don't like to think about. Maybe it's your money situation. Maybe it's your beliefs around money. Any topic that makes you feel sort of uncomfortable or at dis-ease, go right into it. Fully face it and explore it. Maybe it's you don't like your relationship situation and it's just something that you're ignoring. Go into that relationship situation. Ask yourself, why is it like this? What do I believe? What is the program that is running here that is making me respond in such a way? That is making this relationship be in such a way? My money situation or my body, whatever it is that is sort of fearful for you to explore, whatever it is that brings you in a state of like kind of avoidance, don't avoid it. Go into it. Question what you believe to be true. Become aware of the program that is currently running. And once you do become aware of it, now it loses control over you. It can't run unconsciously. It can only run until you are not aware of it. Or it can only run until you become aware of it. And then, if you like it, allow it to be, right? If you have a good relationship with money, that's great. But if you realize that you have a bad relationship with money, you are fearful about money, then start to believe something different, right? Ask yourself, what do I believe to be true about money that is creating this sort of relationship? What is the program that is running, right? Like what are my beliefs around money that are creating my financial situation? What is this program? And become aware of it. You don't have to have the answer right away, but like start writing things down. And over time, make it an initiative to become more aware of the programs you have running in all different places, right? Like if someone says something to you and you feel angry, ask yourself, why do I feel this emotion? I didn't choose to feel this, so why am I feeling this? Realize that this is your experience. This is your reality. You can be in full control of what you feel, what you think, what you believe. So when outside things are making you feel certain things and believe certain things about yourself, what are you believing to be true automatically? What program is running that is making you feel these things? So you see now, once you become aware, you're like, okay, I'm feeling something that I don't want to feel right now. This is my experience. Why am I feeling something that I don't want to feel right now? I'm the captain of my ship. Why is my ship going places I don't want it to go? Because there is a certain program. So become aware of the program. What are you believing to be true about this person that just said something to you that is making you feel this way? What are you believing to be true about yourself because this person isn't treating you well that is making you feel this way? Become aware of that. Become aware of the programs that are running. Become aware of your own beliefs. And then if you don't like them, start to change them by thinking other things, by thinking new things. It's a beautiful process. As you become more aware, you can let go of the programs that are no longer serving you. Create new beliefs. Be fully convinced of what you want to believe, and then it will be true in your reality. And it happens faster than you think. Believe something. If you want to believe that you are worthy, that you are amazing, that you are, worthy of all the abundance in the world, then fully believe that. Believe that life will support you. Be fully convinced and allow your conviction to be the program that creates your reality. Until eventually that also becomes automatic. And then that program will actually create your reality just as well as your previous program used to create your own reality. But now this program will actually be beneficial for you. Overall, you just want to become more aware and live life more aware while actually, being at the control panel rather than letting programs run you. Because regardless, programs are programs. But this is your experience, so why give it up to some programs? For the large part, be awake, be alert, and create your life the way that you want to create it. Respond to other people and situations the way you want to respond. Feel the things that you want to feel. Live the way that you want to live. And the more you gain control over your own self, the more you wake up, the more you rise in awareness, the more you will be able to control your destiny, where your ship is going. Otherwise, you will always just live in a state of confusion and life will just happen randomly while you're just wondering what is happening, who is creating this, completely forgetting and not knowing, living unconsciously to the fact that your programs are creating your own reality. So realize this, that you are always creator, regardless of what you're creating. You are creating just as abundantly as everybody else. Everybody's creating to the same amount. But what we are creating is all dependent on how awake we are and whether or not we are actually consciously creating, or because we're not taking responsibility, now we're letting our programs create. So which one, would you rather have? So realize if you're experiencing any sort of negative situation right now that you don't want to experience, it's because you are unaware of certain programs that are running that you are just completely unconscious of, and they're creating your life for you. So whichever area of your life that you are fearful about, that you are experiencing, something that you don't want to experience in, ask yourself what programs are running. Explore those beliefs, explore those programs, and then take action to change them. Believe something different. Take action that you normally wouldn't take. Do things that are kind of the opposite. Like if you feel that you are not worthy, that you are not good looking, go dress up and start dressing up, or do the opposite. Maybe you thought you weren't good looking, so you were doing all these things before, putting on a lot of makeup and dressing up crazy and everything, trying to impress other people. Do the opposite of that, and then really still feel worthy. Choose to feel worthy regardless. Choose to feel good looking regardless. Things like that, be creative with it. If you have a huge money problem, first explore what beliefs are causing you to have this. Realize them to be just programs. They're not reality. They're just programs, and they're creating a particular type of experience. You are creating poverty just as abundantly as someone is creating wealth. Do you get that? You are creating life just as abundantly. There is no lack, but you are creating the illusion of lack just as abundantly, as perfectly as someone is creating the illusion of wealth. You're creating reality just as well as they are. But it's just two different programs creating two different things. So either change the program or become much more aware. And if you have a money problem, you take action towards changing your beliefs about money. Go out eat a nice dinner, and don't feel fearful that you might not have money tomorrow for whatever else. You know, don't allow the programs to kick back in when you do something nice. Believe that life will always support you. Things like that. Again, be creative, but just you want to become aware of the program, change it to something positive all the time, and then on top of that, just be more awake. When things kick in, like negative feelings or negative events, realize that this is your experience. So why are you putting up with something that you did not choose? There's a program running there, so become aware of that program and allow yourself to overcome, allow yourself to transcend, allow yourself to move on to something bigger, better. It's all about awareness. And as the more aware you become, the greater control you will have over your life, over your ship. All right? So let me know if you have any questions about this. I know it's kind of like maybe a confusing topic. Put that in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you honestly think about this, okay? If you enjoyed it and gained value from it, please give me a thumbs up and share this video with a friend who would also find it helpful. I am doing one-on-one coaching again. I have opened coaching up for enrollment now. Check that out in the description box below as well. But subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.